All right, let's just dive right in. Imagine for a second that there's a single key that could unlock every digital door in the entire world. I'm talking every bank account, every private message, every single government secret. Poof, wide open. Now, that sounds like something out of a movie, right? But it's not science fiction. It's the very real challenge that quantum computing is throwing at us. So today, we're going to talk about the race to build brand new locks before that key ever gets made, and we'll break down a strategic blueprint called QUASAR that's designed to get us through this massive, massive shift. I mean, really think about that question. What if? This is the reality we are staring down the barrel of with the rise of quantum computers. The digital locks that protect literally everything, from you buying a coffee to the secrets of nations, they're all on the verge of becoming totally useless. It's a fundamental threat to our entire digital way of life. You see, our security today is built on algorithms like RSA and ECC. The best way to think about them is like incredibly complex math puzzles. They're so hard that even our beefiest supercomputers would take, I don't know, thousands of years to solve them. But here's the thing. A quantum computer, it just doesn't play by the same rules. It can kind of test all the possible answers at once, solving these puzzles in hours, maybe even minutes. It basically shatters the very foundation of how we protect our data. So we're not just talking about building stronger locks here. We're talking about reinventing what a lock even is. And the urgency is absolutely real. Because this quantum threat isn't some problem for our grandkids. The countdown? Oh, it has already started. Now this is where it gets genuinely chilling. There's a strategy that people are using right now called harvest now, decrypt later. Just let that sink in for a minute. It means bad actors are sucking up enormous amounts of our encrypted data today. They can't read it yet, of course, but they're stockpiling it, just waiting for the day they get a powerful quantum computer to crack it all open. Today's secrets are literally just waiting to become tomorrow's headlines. Let me put it as simply as I can. The entire foundation of our digital world is on borrowed time. The algorithms we trust with our privacy, our money, our critical infrastructure, they're all facing a countdown to becoming obsolete. This isn't just some crack in the foundation, it's a seismic event that's going to reshape absolutely everything. Okay, but it's not all doom and gloom, I promise. Here's the good news. The smartest people in cybersecurity and mathematics saw this coming years ago. So they've been in this frantic race against time to forge a whole new generation of digital locks, a new kind of cryptography that's built from the ground up to be quantum proof. And it has a name, post-quantum cryptography, or just PQC for short. And this isn't about just making the old math puzzles a little bit harder. No, this is about creating entirely new kinds of mathematical problems, puzzles so deviously complex that we believe they're impossible for even a quantum computer to solve in any reasonable amount of time.
And this is where it gets really cool. The National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, basically held a global competition, like a cryptographic Hunger Games, to find the absolute best of the best. And here are the winners. You've got crystals, kyber, and dilithium, which are based on something called lattice problems. The best way to picture that is trying to find the shortest path in a ridiculously complex, multidimensional crystal. Then you've got Sphinx Plus, which is hash-based, built on a totally different kind of math. These are the new, vetted, ready-to-go building blocks for our quantum-resistant future.
Okay, so great. We have the new tools, the new building blocks. But how in the world do you go about rebuilding the entire digital infrastructure of a huge company or a whole country? It is a monumental task. You can't just make it up as you go. You need a blueprint. You need a strategic map to guide you. And that is exactly where QUASAR comes in. It stands for, Quantum Ready Architecture for Security and Risk Management. Yeah, it's a mouthful, I know, but what it really is a roadmap. It takes this huge, scary idea of getting quantum ready and turns it into a concrete, actionable plan with super clear steps and goals you can actually measure. And what's really smart about QUASAR is that it's not just about the code. It looks at the entire picture, breaking readiness into three main parts. You've got the technical side, sure, the new algorithms. But just as important is the security side. That's your policies, your incident response. And then there's the operational side, training your people, managing suppliers, and making sure the entire organization is moving in the same direction. Now, here's the really brilliant part. QUASAR actually lets you calculate a score, a real tangible post-quantum readiness, or PQR score. This is huge. It takes something that feels abstract and, let's be honest, kind of terrifying, and turns it into a number you can track.
You can see your progress, you can find your weak spots, and you can actually measure your journey to becoming secure.
So you've got your score, now what? Well, you don't just jump into the deep end. QUASAR breaks the whole journey down into 4 really manageable phases. It's a step-by-step playbook to get you from where you are today to a truly quantum-resistant future.
First up, assessment and discovery. Simple, right? You gotta know what you have before you can protect it. This means you go on a hunt for every single piece of crypto in your organization. Then, you move on to strategy development. This is where you actually draw the map, setting the policies for the road ahead. After that, it's go time. Implementation. You start rolling out the new PQC solutions, phase by phase, starting with your most important systems. And finally, and this is so important, it's not a one-and-done deal. The last phase is continuous improvement, because this quantum world is always evolving and you have to stay ready.
Look, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. You can see it right here in the timeline. We're talking a multi-year journey. In the near term, say the next year or two, it's all about getting your house in order, doing that inventory, and starting to test the new stuff. In the medium term, you start deploying what are called hybrid solutions, which cleverly use both old and new crypto to make the switch smoother, and you start moving over your most critical systems. And then long term, you finish the migration and finally say goodbye to all those old vulnerable systems. The bottom line, the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is right now.
So there you have it. The problem, the solution, and the plan. We've gone from the looming threat of a crypto apocalypse all the way to the tools and strategies that give us a clear path to safety. Let's just take a quick step back and boil it all down. What are the key things you absolutely have to walk away with?
Let's make this super simple. 1. The quantum threat is real. It's a strategic business risk, not just some IT problem. 2. Because of harvest now, decrypt later, your most sensitive data is already at risk. The clock is ticking on secrets you thought were safe forever. 3. We have the tools. Post-quantum cryptography gives us what we need to fight back. 4. We have a roadmap. Frameworks like QUASAR turn all this chaos into a structured plan. And finally, 5. Waiting is not a strategy. The only way to win this race is to start running now.
So as we're standing right here on the edge of this new quantum age, we've got a choice. We can either get swept away by a tidal wave of change that will completely shatter our digital foundations, or we can use this moment to build something stronger, something smarter, something that's truly built to last. The future is coming, ready or not. The only question left to ask is, what are you going to build?